This is dubious code, and this video is an example of a prime sieve in Python. So we're going to find the first 100 prime numbers in Python. This isn't going to be the best way, the best from a math perspective, or probably even from a Python perspective, because I haven't done it in a little while. But, you know, it's a beginner's Python. We'll get the first 100 prime numbers in a pretty straightforward way. So what I have here is the first 100 prime numbers. Haha. We're just going to use this for an example to check against. I pulled this off the internet, but we'll actually code our own. So primes equals, we'll store them in a list because we'll get them in order. And how about while lang primes is less than 100. Okay, so we'll go until we get the first 100 prime numbers. We'll start seeding it with 2 because we know 2 was prime, but it's kind of the oddball. Let's see. Now we need to start it. We'll start at 3 and we'll count by 2. So I equals 3. While true, we'll loop through. Let's see. For prime, now we'll go through each of the existing primes and try to divide our candidate, by an existing prime, and if none of them have a modulus of 0, then we know this candidate is prime. So for prime and primes, so this will start with 2. If I divided by prime, or not divided by, I modulus prime equals 0, then we'll append this prime. We won't append this prime to list. Then we will break. Is prime equals true? Is prime equals false? So it's not prime. We're breaking out of this for loop. Now, if is prime, if this one is prime, we will append primes dot append I, and then, you know, I think this inner loop is unnecessary. I don't know why I had it. So we'll delete this loop. And now I plus equals 2. So we'll be looking at odd numbers. Okay. So while the length of primes is less than 100, we'll go through I equals 3 up until our length is 100. We start assuming it is prime. We go through each of the primes, and if it is prime, if it's not prime, then we break out of this loop. Otherwise, we append. There's one thing I know I'm missing. So for instance, if for number 13, we don't have to check past its square root. So we wouldn't check past, what, 3.5 for this. So we can also say if prime times prime is greater than I, break. In this case, let's say we're checking number 43, and we've already checked, we've gotten past 5, then we don't need to keep checking. So this will save us a fair amount of time. So break if we get past the square root of the candidate. Instead of I, I'm going to call this candidate. Break if this will make it true. This will make it is a prime. This will be it's not a prime. We'll append the prime. I think that this is going to get the primes. Now let's do a comparison with our code versus ours versus the actual thing. So let's comparison. Let's see. If length primes is not equal to equals length first 100. If they're the same length, then for I prime in enumerate first 100. We'll go through each of them and check comparison by comparison. I think there's a better way for list comparison. I should have boned up on it, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. Let's see. So primes found equals true. If prime is not equal to first 100 sub I, if they're not the same, then prime found equals false. We didn't find it. And if they're not the same length, then we also didn't find it. So, and then we'll print this out, print primes. So we expect this to be 100 primes, and it to be this one. So, I don't know, I guess at this point there's nothing else to do but run it. And something went wrong. So we got 2, we got 3, and then we just kept appending 3 over and over again. So we assigned 3 there, and so the +2 didn't work, or didn't take effect. So we assigned 3 outside of the loop, and now we keep appending. And didn't really do anything with primes found. If primes found, print correct answer. We wouldn't have seen that. We would not have seen that last time anyway. Okay, let's see if this works now. Yay, correct answer. So, first 100 primes. This is certainly not the fastest way, nor the least lines of code you can do it, but it's fairly straightforward Python. Of course, I could have put this in a function. Anyway, this is Dubious Code. Thank you for watching.